What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video where today we are reacting to the deadliest hookers in boxing part 1 by Office Honcho Boxing. Man, what can you say about a lot of these fighters? The most deadliest hookers I can think of are like George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, Miguel Cotto had an amazing left hook. Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, lot of great hookers. Basically, a hook is kind of one of the main power shots that you can throw. And a lot of these guys, they put it together beautiful. Make sure y'all go follow the Twitch channel too. We about to start reacting to a lot of old fights and a lot of old fighters that we can't put on YouTube. So make sure y'all go follow that. Let's get into this video. Make sure y'all go follow my man Office Honcho too. He be putting out big boxing videos. Yeah, man, it's a lot of great hookers.
What's good, everyone?
Basically in boxing.
Week is going all right. This week's video is on the deadliest hookers in boxing. Going through boxing's history.
I personally think Joe Frazier
about lethal hookers in the game.
Had the best.
Said,
had like one of the best hooks basically in the game.
Kendall Holt, very underrated.
Kendall Holt was also
during that short period of time in boxing. One of the most devastating, game-changing hooks at junior welterweight. His rematch with Ricardo Torres would cement that. Holt being knocked down twice within the first 30 seconds of the first round to just level Torres with a very clean hook. The way Torres fell down, both the viewer and the ref assumed that he was taking a knee. With further examination halfway through the count, it was clear that the whole time Torres was not three-time.
Yeah, that was Danny Garcia.
Didn't have crazy
powers,
but his technique and the angles it came from made his opponent second guess before rushing in or getting in unnecessary exchanges. He would generate most of his power by throwing a lazy jab or lead to distract you, and then to unleash the hook from the hip, which 9 times out of 10
that's a good move, especially for a southpaw. Yeah, man, these lower weight classes, man, they kind of maybe like 125, but a lot of these lower weight classes, like, man, they need recognition, man. Like, there is a lot of good fighters and a lot of good fights that happen that people miss out on at the lower weight classes. That's a good ass right hook though. Especially as a southpaw, because they won't really see that coming, And there's always the punch that you don't see coming.
He would throw a short
knocks your ass
uppercut,
out,
which is pulled back with such velocity, then turned into a hook, which does absolute damage. In some cases, the uppercut would land.
I gotta watch these, yeah.
Before we get back with the video,
no, that was nice. I gotta watch him. I like his conversations with people.
See the video. I appreciate everyone helping out, contributing to bringing this channel back to life.
Yeah, make sure y'all go sub to my Office Honcho.
And let's get back to the video. Jeff Lacy, before his shoulder surgery, had one of the most devastating hooks in the game.
A rocking left hook, a flurry by Lacy. Williams in trouble. Barring a miracle, this just looks like a matter of time for Lacy. He comes out. And to fight back, blasting away, unbelievable. That's it. Finally, Tony Weeks.
Yeah, he didn't even look like he was even throwing back.
The hype behind this guy was insane. Fight Night Round 3 gave him the Michael Vick Madden 04 ratings. They had it to where this dude could carry his own against light heavyweights.
He looked like a created fighter, like a fucking bodybuilder turned boxer. Damn.
What gave his opponent such trouble outside of his devastating power was Lacy's reach. You would imagine a guy of Lacy's build with the super middleweight Mike Tyson comparisons
Yeah.
being thrown out there a lot for Lacy
For him to have short
normal or
arms.
below average reach.
Yeah.
And that was a no.
Especially
He had
for
long arms for the
super
weight
middleweight.
class. So imagine a
'Cause
guy
he don't even look
rushing
that
in
tall.
there like Mike Tyson with a reach longer than you. However, Lacy knew how to manage.
And
his
it's
distance
way harder to
and
fight on the inside with longer
to
arms,
where
but
he didn't have proper
seemed to be a
leverage
master
on
at
his
that
shot.
shit.
His power was not effective, and his opponent, who has a shorter
Stole all
reach, can
bombs.
land a sharper,
Man.
faster when he least expected. Besides being known for the left hook, he had power in both left and right hooks.
Time, seconds remaining in the seventh. Can we survive? But now Lacy goes to work. Body shot. Left hook.
Ooh.
Gets through. Right.
Ooh.
Puts it down. That's 7 round. Lacy ripping.
Damn.
He's down this time.
Yeah, those some dangerous ass combinations, man. David Lemieux was a good hooker too. He was a good fighter. He fought everybody. He fought Triple G. For a bit of ERS.
Maybe for the first time of his pro career. He's hurt.
And it is over.
Oh my goodness.
Russell Mora has stopped it in the first. As Michael Sullivan has no idea where he's at.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Damn.
From 154 to 160, David Lemieux had the most punching power in the division, with the hook being his signature. He wasn't the fastest, but he had incredible timing and technique to throw such a compact and tight
Ooh.
hook that would connect on his opponents that clearly they had the speed advantage over him.
Oh, damn. Right on the chin. Ooh. Ooh.
A perfect
He
example
fought
of
Billy
that
Joe
was
Saunders
him
too, didn't he?
against Curtis Stevens. Curtis looked so much faster than David Lemieux, but when it came to the final showdown between both of them hooking against each other, David's was more compact and
Ooh.
landed just a hair before Stevens, which leveled him.
I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even think if Curtis Stevens hook had landed, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered.
Mosley, who threw
Yeah,
his
same
hooks
Mosley.
awfully similar to the great Sugar Ray Robinson, had the great combination of speed, power, and visually pleasing aesthetics.
The cleanup.
that was a beautiful
Boom.
that
Right on the
was
chin.
back on the Sugar Ray
That was
Robinson.
what caught on my yoga fight.
From your toes.
Was
A
funny
real
as shit.
throwback to another time to where Mosley put down Vargas. Don't know we'll see something like that again.
Yeah, but Shane is just Shane. I would say Shane is going to it because he's
Damn,
seen
right on
it
the chin.
slow. That's why Shane was going forward.
An old school finish of Mayorga in the final 10 seconds. We'll definitely not see that again.
So it took a while, but Shane Mosley came up with some of that old 12th round magic.
Ooh. Yo.
And it's a knockout.
Yo.
Left hook. It's a knockout. We finally got it.
Brilliant stuff by Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley.
Shout out to Shane Mosley, man. Great fighter.
The Cotto
Miguel
left hook
Cotto, one of my
was
favorite fighters.
Cotto's
He's
biggest
amazing
weapon
left hook.
before he focused more on being a boxer puncher. Whenever
Amazing
he did
hooker.
unleash it, it was highly effective.
Good left hook by Cotto.
Through is going to just help him sustain.
We didn't see Cotto fully utilize his hook with boxing ability till he teamed up way later in his career with Freddie Roach.
And look up to the head with a deep left hook. Sets it up, then he moves inside, and bam!
I think that was after that was after the fucking Margarito incident, right? Mike Tyson, the GOAT.
Tillis claims he slipped on some water in the corner and was distracted before he got punched. Again, he
Boom!
launched
Right on the chin. That nigga, man.
The deadly combination of speed, power with blazing footwork and head
Imagine just sending
and set up his
another
opponents with fight-ending blows.
200-pound man
Custom tutelage
flying
finish.
across the
This
ring
would leave
with
Tyson
your
with an
punch.
incredible knockout streak, taking the boxing world by storm.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. He hit that man right on the temple. He ain't getting up. He ain't getting up.
It's over. That's all. And we
Yeah.
have a new era in boxing.
And later, undisputed heavyweight champion, defeating Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks has ever been down in a professional fight.
And he's down again and in serious trouble.
It's crazy because I think Mike was only like, Mike was the youngest, he was the youngest heavyweight champion, or youngest champion, I think. No, youngest heavyweight champion at like 21. Then he became like, undisputed. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya was good. Yeah, look at his left hook too.
Well, like Cotto, I can only show certain fights, or a certain promotion will abuse the copyright tool. But anyways, De La Hoya had a very unique hook that did a lot of damage. One of the more famous left hooks of the past 25 years. Can't mention
Floyd
Mike
Patterson.
Tyson without mentioning
Floyd
Floyd
Patterson was definitely
Patterson
good.
had an
Good
amazing
hooker.
hook, just buttery smooth the way he would throw it. Landing your signature,
Underrated fighter in
landing
general,
in
really.
a high stakes fight at the absolute pinnacle of the sport for the history books is another. Patterson would land his signature to knock out Johansson cold to become the first former heavyweight champ to regain the title. One of the most iconic hooks in the game. It was poetry in motion watching Joe. To see such technique, to not only cut the distance, but to also land incredibly accurate. He can
Marvin
either
Hagler also had a
throw
great
it
hook.
tight and compact, or throw effectively long and looping while leaping. The equivalent around Joe's time period is watching Johnny Unitas deep ball, and that was in full display in the fight of the century against Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, man, he was. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
When he knocks him down, he's not on his feet. Frazier is off his feet, maybe 6 inches off the ground. He had a lunge with his left hand.
And on top of that, this is the deadliest hookers in
Oh
boxing.
yeah, man.
For
Hey,
more videos like these, be sure.
shout out to Office Honcho, man. Yeah, a lot of great fighters had a lot of their arsenal when it came to how they fought. I personally think that Joe Frazier was the best at hooking. He like we just saw what he did with Ali. Like he would jump into his hook, and if he hit you on the chin, man, it's just lights out, man. He had the best hook in my opinion. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all sub to the Twitch or follow the Twitch. I'm gonna be, like I said, reacting to a lot of the old fights and old fighters. Probably do fight night or some shit like that. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, thank y'all for coming in.